Today's morning coffee vinyl side, Duke Ellington. Duke Ellington, his piano, and his orchestra at the Bal Masque, 1959. In early January 1958, Duke Ellington and his orchestra did a one-week club date with Tony Bennet at the Bal Masque Supper Club inside the Americana Hotel in Miami Beach, Florida. Now imagine the days when your dinner entertainment at a club could be an orchestra with Duke Ellington sitting at the piano. A former mangrove swamp, Miami Beach is a man-made island in South Florida that attracted rich Northern Industrialists looking to build their winter homes there in the 1920s and was pushed as an early vacation destination for the wealthy. It's had its rises and falls over the decades, but in the 1950s it was a real cultural hub, as America was in its post-war boom years and the money was flowing pretty freely. The Bal Masque was one of several restaurants that were part of the Americana Hotel, designed by famed Miami Beach architect Maurice Lapidus, who had also designed the Fontainebleau. Lapidus's approach to architecture was as a whole concept designer, ensuring the interiors were part of the conceptual totality of his designs. The Bal Masque featured 6 three-dimensional murals depicting various carnival scenes from across the Americas, with removable soundproof walls that would allow it to become part of the grand ballroom when combined with other spaces as required. This album purports to be a live recording of Duke & Co. performing at the Bal Masque, and if Maury Povich was available for hire on Fiverr, I'd easily slip him $5 to say, "And that's a lie." Despite the audience noise peppered throughout, this album is 100% a studio recording. The Bal Masque is part of the album's conceit, the program of songs representing the personification of various women behind the veils at an imaginary masquerade ball, with Duke in the center of the dance playing the piano. Selling the experience of the masked fantasy was very much part of the raison d'etre here. There's an eyes wide shut quality to the whole thing. And is this ever a fantastic album? Partly for the fact that it features so many non-Duke composed jazz standards, but also because it features Duke on piano in a way I've never heard him play before. Everything here is wonderfully arranged and executed, and I can fast see this becoming one of my favorites. Of course, I have a real soft spot for Satin Doll, a song I know well from my jazz days, and as the only Duke-penned composition on the album, it's so nice to hear it presented this way in such a fresh and novel arrangement. Do they even make records like this anymore? Is there anywhere in the world where you can dine while listening to an orchestra as fine as Duke's without paying the cost of a Toyota Corolla for the privilege? At least we still have this album. It was one of 200 vinyl records sitting in someone's garage that would have been put out in the dumpster had I not picked them up. Records need to be played to be heard, and that's the treasure of old vinyl.